Hi there. I wanted to bring you a live little morning warm-up session that you can use on any morning that you're feeling just like all your little quirky bits need to be reminded of your good foundations and a good way to start before a walk. So I'll be moving back towards my mat. I've got a strap, and you can have a stretchy band or a non-stretchy band, a belt, anything. And I've got two balls. And the two balls are making the assumption that it's a stiff morning. So you don't have to use the balls, but I'm going to assume that it's a stiff morning and you need a little warm up. So sorry about that. That's funny. That's laid plans when you go live. So I'm going to come to the ground with my balls. So finding your safe way down, that means I am now a good practicer of coming down on my side. So I'm going to be on my back, heels are beneath my sitting bones, and I'm going to put my bum up on the balls. So you have to move around a little bit and find a comfortable place where you're really in the flesh of your bones, or of your bum, not on the bones. So I'm going to widen my feet just a little bit, because what I'm going to do is warm myself up with internal and external rotation. So this is not a fast windshield wiper, and I am going to put my hands on my hip because I don't really want my hip to move. I'm taking my right leg into external rotation. My left leg is going to follow. It's in internal rotation. Then I'm going to start with my left leg, externally rotate it, and then move my right leg to come with it. So this is very slow, and I'm noticing the rotation of my femurs, my leg bones, in the socket. I am not getting light on the balls. Maybe a little bit lighter when both legs are over to the right. I'm a teeny bit lighter on the left, but I am still touching the ball. So I am only getting the rotation in my legs, and I'm moving one leg at a time. I don't want my rib cage to lift off the ground. So this is just a gentle noticing of what I can do with my legs in the hip socket. And then I'll come back. The next thing that I'm going to do is, let's take our bum off of the balls. Now for me, I'm going to have to hold on to them because the wind is blowing and I don't want them to roll away before I get back onto them. So what I'm going to show you, I could be here, I could be here. I'd want you to be able to see my pelvis. So I'm going to lengthen one leg, and I'm lengthening the heel. I'm not trying to push too hard with my right leg, but I'm lengthening the heel of my left leg. And I do feel like my hip is going with, and that's okay. I just don't want to tug in my right upper side back. And I relax it. So as I reach away, my heel comes off the ground, my calf does not. And I relax, and one more time, reach away and relax. And then I'll go with the next leg. I reach away and relax, reach away and relax, and one more, reach away and relax. Holding out here for one moment, I'm going to check in with what I might have been doing in my whole upper torso. So I'm going to think about reaching my head long, feeling as if my nose could be pressed towards the ground. So there's a little contraction here in the front of my neck. And then allowing my t-shirt seams, if I had a t-shirt on, to relax into the ground, and my little rib eyes to open up, and I breathe and I relax, let my ribs relax, my pelvis in neutral. I'm going to maintain the pelvis in neutral, maintain all this goodness in my upper body, and do that reach and relax again. And notice if I can keep my upper body really calm as I reach and relax. I feel much less stress as I'm doing this. My face is gentle. So I've done that quickly, not as slow as before. So I've done 4 or 5. We'll do the same thing, really relaxed in the whole upper body, but maintaining that long back of my neck, relaxed shoulders, open ribeyes, ribs in my body, pelvis remains neutral. Beautiful. And now, again, maintaining that feeling in that position, I'm going to lengthen my left leg without pressing hard into my right leg. I'm going to use that marble traveling up with an exhale and lift just a little bit and come back down. We'll do it again. So I am feeling as though my heel is lengthening, but I'm pulling from my inner thigh and the marble travels up, and that really helps me. So I've reached long and then I pull up. So that was 3 times. I felt my inner thigh really starting to work. This is just a grounding exercise and really sort of resetting your spine into a wonderful neutral position. I didn't lift as much with the right leg because I felt my pelvis wanted to move around, so I needed a moment to really engage. Remember, it's the exhale brings your leg up. Beautiful. We're going to go back on the ball, and we're going to do a gentle tuck and untuck. So this is not movement of the rib cage. It's really just movement of the pelvis. It's not a lot of movement of the spine. And that's key to know. Grounding all your toes, grounding your feet, but not having to press in too hard, just using the hip and bottom muscles to tuck and untuck. Good. And then we're going to lift one side of your pelvis and then the other. So I'm just lifting this right hip bone and I'm lighter on the ball, but I'm still touching the ball. And I come back down. And then I lift the left hip bone and I come back down. Right, left. Asking yourself, what can you do to make this happen? What muscles do you have to squeeze? And now for the fun part, it's quick. We're just going to do a little pelvic clock. So imagining I have a marble right here at my pubic bone, I'm going to tilt that marble to my left hip, tilt the marble to my belly button, tilt the marble to my right hip, tilt the marble back to my pubic bone. It's very tempting to have your ribs move with you. So I'm going to try it now without fingers to show you where I'm going. Hopefully you can see where I'm going. And then I'll reverse. So I'm coming around this way. And you can always guide your pelvis, or you can have your hands on your ribs to make sure you're just moving your pelvic clock. Good. And we come back down. And just feel. And then we'll come to the side and we're going to stand. So for your standing position, I'm going to recommend that you have something nearby for balance. I just want to keep those balls where they are. So if you have something nearby for balance, that would be great. I am going to hold on to this for 1 moment so that I can show you what a head ramp looks like when you're standing up. So it's similar to pressing your nose when we were lying on the ground. You can just do that standing, or you can put your strap around the back of your head without shoulder tension You're just holding onto the strap, and I am pushing my head into the strap. So I'm contracting right here. So it's just 3 or 4 times pushing your head into the strap. That's all it is. Just getting yourself ready. And then we're going to take the strap and we're just going to assess what it feels like to go up and over with the strap. So let your arms go out as wide as they need to go in order to go up and over without your rib cage flaring. So you're keeping your ribs in your body and you're just noticing, do your arms do the same thing? Is one arm different from the other? And you can see in the screen that my arms are not the same. Yeah, isn't that interesting? So just noticing where we are right now. And before we put the strap down, we're just going to take the strap behind our bra. I've got my palms up and I'm going to slide my arms out and then come back in. So I'm sliding my arms out at a V and then coming back in. I now feel like you're doing it not with your hands, but that your shoulder blades are leading, then your elbows are leading, then you stop, you try to bring your hands back a little bit and your elbows forward a little bit. If you get that idea, we're going to do it again, going way out to the side. So here we go. Out to the side. Getting right about here, I'm going to bring my elbows closer to you and my thumbs back. So I'll show you what that looks like from the side. I'm going from here and trying to get my elbows to come forward. I hope you can see that. So do that just another 2 times. Here, and then elbows forward, thumbs back, with your ribs staying in your body. Second time. Great. Then we'll let the strap drop for a moment. Hands out to the side. They do not have to be in a T straight out like this. They can be anywhere that's comfortable. I don't want it to be getting up in your neck. So just finding a good place for you. And we're going to, with your hands, internally and externally rotate. So if you had a cup of soup in your hands, the soup dumps out behind you and then dumps out in front of you. And then you start traveling that feeling to your elbows. So now your elbows internally rotate and then your elbows spill out behind you. Internal and external. And internal and external. And then you start doing it from your shoulder blades. So now you'll notice I have much less movement in my hands. They're just coming along for the ride. And I'm getting my shoulder blades to do the movement. Good. Now for the hard part. We're going to take those hands that are out to the side, whether you're in a T or not, I don't care. Your palms are up. Your thumbs are pointing behind you and you're going to pulse. So it looks like this. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I am not using my rib cage. So I'm not doing this. Okay, so I'm going to start again. Reach my shoulders, my shoulder blades away. So I'm really feeling like I'm reaching my shoulder blades away and then pulsing my arm back. And don't go more than you can handle. We're just warming up for the day. Good. So it's just a little teeny warm up. We're going to practice our rhomboid push-up. So let's start here as if we're on a wall. Use the shoulder blades to move where your hands are. Just the shoulder blades, not the spine. Pinching at the bottom of the shoulder blade. Good. We're just going to move that onto the ground for a minute. So finding your safe way down. We'll do the same rhomboid push-up again. This time we're on the ground. Get your head in neutral. Imagine you've got a pole along your back. So I'm not going to be doing a cat-cow. I've got a pole on my back. It's touching my bum, my rib cage, and my head. I want to keep all those things in touch. As I get lazy and my shoulder blades pinch together, then I push through my palms and I come back up tall and my shoulder blades wrap around to the side. Remember, you have that metal pole on your back. Your elbows aren't moving and your spine isn't moving. Your shoulder blades are just collapsing and then pushing way, way out to the side. You can also use those rhomboid muscles, those nice muscles on your shoulder blades, to draw your shoulder blades together down near your bra strap. Good. So you just came in and out of that really quickly. And we're going to do a little teeny bit of bird dog. So we're going to lift our right hand and our left knee and come back down. Left hand, right knee. Use your exhale. Try to stabilize. I'm going to face you so you can see this. When you come here, I don't want that right hip going out to the side. So right there. Use your exhale and the marble traveling up. Notice that this is similar to walking. It's just crawling. Excellent. So we're going to come back up. I'll actually leave that down for a second. And we're going to do a little shoulder blade circle. So I'll show you this way so that you can get the idea. I like to have my hands out in front of me. So I am going to get my shoulder blades nice and wide, but they're up high. And then I'm going to let them come down, and then I'm going to pinch them together, bring them up narrow, go wide, bring them down, and pinch in. And then I'm going to go wide and go up, pinch them in, slide them down, and go wide again. You can do that more times if you want. Sometimes it's really frustrating, but it's so good to be able to have that kind of mobility in your shoulders. Just keep practicing. Next thing we're going to do is a shoulder blade reach. So I'm not going to reach my hand away. I'm reaching with my shoulder blade and my elbow, and my hand is following, noticing that I've got my other hand on my ribs because I'm not rotating my spine. I'm doing a shoulder blade reach. Shoulder blade. Yep. And again, we'll go here. Good. And now this is the time when you have something that you hold on to. We're going to stand into our left leg, and I'm really strong through the heel, but my whole foot is grounded, pressing down and a little bit in so that I can float my right leg, and I swing. So I'm trying, if you have your hand on something, it's really nice because you can kind of let go of the right hip flexor maybe and just let it swing. Staying tall, inject a poof of air here. We don't want to slump into it. Yep. Good. And then we'll do the other side. Pushing down into the right leg, keeping the bum from swinging out to the side, getting nice and tall, ribs in the body. And again, you can hold on to something and you swing. Just, it's great if you're holding on to something and you don't have to worry about your balance, and you can really feel the swinging in the leg, not the spine. No spine swinging, just the leg. Good. And then we finish up with a lunge and a hip sway. So I'm going to show you both. We've done in the gait work, a little work for each of you to figure out which way might be a good way for you to move in a pre-walking warm-up. So with the left leg forward, this is my pre-walking warm-up. I want to make sure that my back heel, and you can always touch something and look back. I don't want my back heel there. I want it here. So both legs are straight. And as I bend my front left leg, I swing that hip to the side. and I come back. I can add on and do a little rotation, and that might look like so. Not a lot. We'll just start here. So that is a movement for someone like me whose pelvis likes to face left because I like to use my right leg as my gesture leg. If you are the opposite, it's going to look like this. So you are going to pick one of these for your last movement. So again, make sure your heel isn't there. Make sure you've got good alignment. I feel like I need to tuck my tail here because I was sticking my bum out using my low back. So I plug this right femur in. I stand up straight. So now, as I bend, I send my right hip out to the side. I can tell already this is not challenging to me, and I know this is my preferred way to do things anyway. But it's never a bad thing to practice a little balance. You can also do this holding onto a countertop. So if your left leg is your gesture leg, this is the movement for you. That's in a very shortened, clipped version. You can watch the GATE seminar or workshops to figure that out. So that gets you totally ready to go for your walk. So I hope you're warmed up and you're ready for a nice day. Thanks for joining.